wanted to have Pedro on to find out how he's feeling. He was the one that got poked, and he's had to post some things online to prove that he was hurt, which I think is absolutely insane. Dan Lambert, owner of ATT, telling me that he thinks it's hilarious that the toughest guy, as he put it, in the gym at ATT, which we all know how special that place is being called out like this, but also to find out about what happened and where he goes from here. So let's go to the Zoom machine and say hello to Pedro Munhoz. Pedro, thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ariel. It's a pleasure to be here and able to talk with you guys.
How are you feeling? How is the eye?
I'm feeling pretty good right now, Ariel. So, you guys all aware of what happened in the fight. And basically, when that's the first time that happened with me. So I got poked in the fight. I got poked in the eye in the fights many times before, right? But this time in specific, I didn't know what happened until I found out later on in the hospital that I had a scratch, a abrasion in the cornea of my eye. And that would, and then I realized I was not able to open my eyes for like 25 minutes. So I was walking back to the locker room with my eyes completely shut and going to the hospital the same night. And my eyes still was not able to open. People were trying to open my eye. It was very sensitive. So they were able to put a medicine, an eye drop that they use for numb the eye. Usually when the car accidents, you have piece of glasses in your eye. So they use that to numb. So the guy uses that. He said, yeah, I'm going to numb your eye. You're not going to feel anything. So he numbed my eye, and then they started doing a lot of exams. And then one thing that made me feel more comfortable, that was my retina was intact. Because even though my eye was open, Ariel, it was very hard to see. It was like a black fog. And 3-4 days on today, able to open my eyes, as you can see, and I see like superior, inferior. I see very clear in the middle, but both extreme, I still see like super dark and not clear, like blurry eye.
Oh. So right now, does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt anymore. The one day, a lot of people were talking on social media because my left eye was shut and the incident was happening in the right eye. So in the video in Portuguese, I said that was my right eye that I got poked. So people misunderstood, and because my left eye was shut, and they were saying that, oh, you got poked in the eye. How come your left eye is shut? Huh. But I never said it was my left eye. It was my right eye that I got poked. My left eye. 3 hours later, once I got back to the hotel, I went to clean my nose. I completely forgot. As soon as I blew my nose, my eyes, poof.
Oh.
I guess he punched me one punch like in this area here in the fight. It was a not heavy punch, but it was a punch that connect, I remember. So probably that made me when I blew my nose to clean it, kind of puff my eye. So my eyes in the fight was completely fine. My left one. That's my right one that I got poked.
Wow. Okay. I saw that you posted the video, but obviously I don't speak Portuguese. So I actually thought it was the other one as well. I can understand why there was that confusion. So are they telling you that you need surgery or anything like that?
So we're going to have another appointment next Tuesday. And what the first doctor said that we probably would have a laser procedure just to heal, to fast the healing process, because they say it's a cut in the cornea, but they prefer to wait a little bit more. So I have my doctor right here in Boca Raton, the doctor that I always go for the eye. And another thing that when I got poked, I went through a procedure in my eye before Cody Gabriel's fight, because getting poked in the fight and training many times, I developed something in my eye. So I had to go through a procedure that was 2.5 years ago, that something was too too straight, and I had to open up a little bit. And one of the guys that worked for us at a top team took me, so I had that procedure in the same day. So it was like 3 minutes procedure, which I was with the laser. They were attacking my eyes. So I went through like eye issue in the past. It's not because I didn't want to fight or come back there. No, my eyes was completely shut. So the thing that was going in that moment was to try to save my vision. That was the only thing that I thought. I was in the fight 100%. I was winning in the scorecards. I was super comfortable. I was able to break him down first round, which the round that he goes the strongest. Second, the third, we know that he's starting going down. And that's my strongest round. 5 rounds fight, I would probably eat him alive.
Yeah, so I was just about to ask, first round, 2 of the 3 judges scored it in favor of you. What were you feeling going into the second? Confidence-wise, were you happy with what you did in the first? And was there anything that he was doing that surprised you?
No. First, I was attacking him, but also trying to manage the distance very well, which he's tall. But I thought that I was going to have a hard time, but I was able to train with so many good guys with that range and way better than him, striking wise, that I was pretty comfortable going the second round. If you remember, I started the second round, I threw 3 low kicks back to back on his left. I threw 1 and then 1, 2, 3 back to back, So, tell me who's going to throw 3 low kicks in Sean O'Malley with that much distance leverage 3 times in a row, like in 2 seconds. And, and then he poked me in the eye. A lot of people were not talking about this, and ESPN has been posted, UFC has been posted, but nobody realized that when he poked me in the eye, I posted my story yesterday in slow motion. It's pretty deep. This finger right here, I go almost all the way here into this eye over here. It's very clear how it shows, and the medical report, it says to himself, there was a scratch in my cornea. So I was not able to open my eye for 25 minutes. The referee asked me 2 questions. Can you see it? No. Can you open your eyes? I cannot open my eye. All right, I'm going to give you some time. He gave me some time. It's getting better. He's saying it's not getting better. I'm going to stop the fight. I say, do what you got to do.
That moment is always so. I always feel for the fighters in that moment because everyone's there. They're excited. They're starting to put pressure on you. You're probably feeling everyone watching you. You're in pain. Is there any part of you that thinks let me just lie here and I keep going, or because it's a tough spot to be in? It's put on your shoulders when there was an accident.
That's a great question. That's what happened with me in my first fight in UFC when I fought Assunção. I got that fight in 8 days notice. I was the RFA champion. I got poked in the eye accidentally, 100%. But it was my first fight in UFC. I knew that I had to perform. I didn't know, the rules very much. And I fought with the eye double vision the whole entire time. I remember seeing Rafael, 4 eyes, two eyes. I got poked in this eye right here in my left. I didn't ask for time, anything. I just kept fighting and remember being for days like that, coming back home and going to see doctors to, I was seeing double vision with that the whole entire week.
So you don't want to do that again, obviously, right? Did you think of that in the moment?
Yeah, no, man. It's the things that's really suck about it is that, I got the rhythm, I got the timing of the fight, and then he came, intentional. It was not intentionally for sure, but it would affect my performance if I would choose to go back and fight just with one eye.
Yeah. And to be clear, I was going to ask you, you don't believe he did it on purpose?
He didn't do it on purpose.
Okay.
But also a lot of his actions after the fight was things that I don't think is right based on my values. Like he came and apologized me, and then he go make a video on TikTok, make fun of my video there. So you apologize me for poke me because he realized. He came up to me, he's like, I didn't mean to poke you in the eye. I say, I know you didn't mean to poke me in the eye. I say, we can run this back anytime. And he said, you're a legend. I say, thank you. I say, and then I told his coach, the guy that has the orange hair, you know his name. And he was very nice to me. And he says, let's run this back. I said, let's run this back, you know? So, and then there was something that happened in my eye that you poke accidentally, but and then you go make fun. That's kind of like, you know, things that I tell my kids not to do it. You know, you say one thing, but then you go make fun. On the other hand, I came to a generation, one before his generation, you know, it's kind of like the reporter right there that went to interview Nate Diaz and ask a stupid question that is guy smacked right there in the spot. You know, I fight to not to happen, but it's kind of like the thing that, you know, I'm not gonna go and make fun of someone or just to get more followers and stuff like that, you know. And besides that, all his friends, Steve will do it. All these guys texting me, telling about my wife, telling about my family, say that they're gonna fight me. And guess what? Told Dan, I say, you can find me. I'll be in the pool here Sunday all day. And they're always in the pool all day. A few of them walking by, but they're gangsters computers, you know, Ariel. And the real deal, you know, I was there the whole time, see a bunch of them, you know, and nobody, you know, came to do anything. So that's the type of stuff that I said, you know, I don't agree with. And that was something that was like new for me. Find like some kid from a generation that and makes this show looks like a circus. When I grew up watching BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, Jose Aldo fought all these guys, Dominic Cruz, and now I just feel that I was in a circus.
Right. So these were his friends? These people were writing you this stuff, and then you saw them the next day?
All those YouTubers, you know.
Yeah. Now, so
you know,
I know. So this is the thing. Like, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about you. Dan Lambert was telling me you're the toughest guy in the gym. To see fighters question your integrity, say that you want it out afterwards, all that stuff. When you go back and see that, how does that make you feel?
I don't feel anything about that. You know, it's just how the people they wanted to talk. That's what they think. You know, I don't have to prove for anything there. At the end of the day, it's my eye in the game. You know, it's I proved my reputation this sport many times. Look at all these battles that I went to. You know, Jose Aldo leaned me, boom, knee, right me in the face in the second round, clear, boom. And that was the meat of the second round. I stayed strong that second round, went to the third round, toe-to-toe, one of the best at all time. And his punches compared to Sean O'Malley, it's kind of like a kid.
The part that bothers me, and I don't like, I think it's absolutely disrespectful, disgusting. Your reputation precedes you. And it's one thing to see fans do it. To see the other fighters say it is what really bugged me as well, because everyone's been in that spot. Everyone knows, like, it could happen to anyone. And I hate the fact that we put, like, it's almost like you're being blamed for getting hurt. You're the one. Oh, you asked that. No, like, you couldn't see. What are you going to go in there with Sean O'Malley with one eye? That's a crazy thing. You were winning the fight on 2 of the 3 scorecards. Like, the idea that this guy who has fought, for those that don't know, Pedro Munhoz has been in there with Dominic Cruz, Jose Aldo, Jimmy Rivera, Frankie Edgar, Aljamain Sterling, Cody Garbrandt, Brian Caraway, Brett Johns, John Dodson, Rob Font. Like, these are some of the toughest guys in the history of the 135-pound weight class. The idea that you would ask out after winning the first round on 2 of the 3 scorecards is just asinine. And it bothers me to read. So I couldn't imagine. I was wondering how you felt if you saw it, and if it makes you want to, like, smash your phone or computer when you see that stuff.
It's funny because when I was talking exactly what we were just saying right now last night, right? My wife, and then was looking forward to have this talk with you, you know. And because you're a smart guy, and I say, all right, cool, exactly. So like I been being blamed for something that I didn't do it. I was in the fight. I was going forward, attacking him, I was getting, I was getting him in the second round. Like, go back and watch the fight, the beginning of the second round, what's happening when I started letting go my hands more than the first round. For me, chasing him, he does that movement right here. And so I be blamed for something that he did, you know, and all of a sudden I want out. Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know. And when people say something the opposite, just show like, you know, how many stupid and people out there and ignorant and a bunch of haters, you know, just to you know, they're fighters. They probably got poked in the gym before any training. I did, but in that sense, to cut my cornea was the first time. So, you know, I think like people that would judge a situation like that and but not put in my shoes is they're just like, you know, ignorant. So that's what I think.
If it was up to you, would you run it back right away?
100%.
Do you think they will run it back right away?
I don't know. This is not something that I go behind a desk and make that happen. You know, I'm not someone that yap out of the mouth. You know, like I said, I came to the generation before. Whoever Sean calls me and say who I'm fighting and when, I say, okay, send me the contract. And Sean knows that. And that's how it is.
Do you think he wants to run it back right away?
I hope so.
Do you think he does?
I think he does.
I think I said this on my show on Monday. I think it's the right thing to do. It feels incomplete. You were viewed as a test for him, right? Ranked guy who's been there before, headline events. We don't know if he passed the test or not. It's incomplete. I don't think for a second he did it on purpose. I don't think he's a dirty fighter. But I would like to see the conclusion of this because it was starting to become a really interesting battle between you two. So I hope that they don't move away from this, and I hope we can see it again. I think that this, I mean, I feel like it has to happen. It's like the most obvious thing. Make it a main event, 5 rounds fight night. Let's go.
I love it.
How soon do you think you could return? Have they told you that? Given the injury.
They haven't told me anything. I'm going to see a doctor on Tuesday, and we go from there.
And for you, I mean, would it be fair to say you'd be disappointed if they went in a different direction?
I would not be disappointed. That word is a very strong word. Not disappointed.
What would you be? Annoyed? Upset?
I guess. I'll be ready to fight anyone else.
How are you so nonchalant about all of this, Pedro? I mean, it's a very traumatic thing. Big fight, big opportunity. First fight on the pay-per-view, going well for you. He's never been like this before. You know, this is a big test, and you're the one proving to be a tough test. You get poked, your integrity is being questioned, your ethics are being questioned, and you're just like, man, no problem. I mean, I respect you. I'm happy that it's not bothering you, and I hope that this is what's really going on behind the scenes. But I wouldn't blame you if you were pissed off as well.
Yeah, I guess I keep that way so I can stay sharp in training and nothing to distract me. You know, to go there and do my job and finish what I couldn't finish now.
Right. Was there some, like, did you feel based on how the fight was going, what were you expecting at that point? That it would be a 15-minute decision win for you?
More action in that moment, you know, starting peak the pace more and added a little more the low kicks that he was not checking, that he was saying that he was not checking at all. The kick starting connecting more.
Can I tell you the part that bothers me the most, if I may? The fact that you have to post your medical report to prove that you were really hurt. Like, that's crazy to me. We saw it. What do you mean you have to prove? Like, that's, don't you think that's nuts that you had to do that? That you felt compelled to do that? That's not right.
Yeah. A lot of people was telling me that. Even Jose Aldo texted me yesterday. He's like, bro, we all know that you're tough. You should not post that. Or no, he said you should not prove anything to anybody.
Right. Why did you feel like you had to do that?
You know, because like I said, you know, I've been in so many battles before, and guys and literally going there fighting Sean O'Malley and see all that I was facing was nothing more hype, and now my integrity has been assaulted. And I just felt that I say it's right here for the people that doubt and they still believe. I know you guys are going to still not believe in it, but here. So I'm not doing anything to avoid this fight. So that's what really happened that day.
It bummed me out and I know you were getting, a lot of annoying comments and things like that, but you don't have to prove anything to anyone. I think your reputation and those who have watched you speaks for itself. By the way, now that you've been in there with him, what do you think his ceiling is? You think he could become a champion? Are you still unsure based on the fact that it was, relatively
No,
short
he has
notice?
he's good. He has a lot of skills, I was able to read his mechanics through fights and coaches and bring the right semi partners, bring the right training partners to train with me. And that was exactly how we planned the fight was going to be. I know he definitely has a lot of skills, but we were ready for it, and we proved the first round.
Mm-hmm. So up to you, maybe back end of the year, you run it back. If it was up to you, perfect world, that's what you want.
Yep.
And you have an appointment next week to find out if you need surgery or not, or just to find out the timetable. Like, what are you finding out next week? You said next Tuesday, right?
Yep. Let's say I haven't talked with the doctor yet. Let's say we're probably going to ask those questions that you just asked me.
Okay. You want me to come with you to the appointment, or you know all the questions?
You live around here?
No, I wish, by the way. Sounds fantastic. Boca Raton, geez Louise, I'd love to live over there. That is amazing.
I live right here. Paradise.
It sounds like it. And as of right now, it's getting better, right? Like, you don't feel like it's getting worse. You're improving every day.
Yes, it's improvement every day.
Any message to the people who question you, who are saying these things about you? Anything you want to say to them?
No, I don't. Nothing specific.
I respect
to say
it.
to these people,
Or to Sean, who said he's the first guy. Sean said he's the first guy to finish you.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody posted me and something. Like I said, in the end of the day, he was there in the octagon and he felt what's up. So, you want to go there and tweet and do all that kind of stuff. Go ahead, say whatever you wanted to say. But at the end of the day, in the back of his head, he knows that he was about to get in deep waters.
Pedro, you're a class act. Well done. Much respect to you, my friend. I hope that you recover very quickly, very easily. It was a great fight. I wish we could have seen the whole thing. I hope we get to see it again to find out, who the better man is, and then you can move on. So I wish you the best, and thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ariel.
All right. There he is, Pedro Munhoz. Obrigado to him. And how do you not respect that guy?